Under a relentless winter sky, Radnor Township is transformed into a landscape of pristine, untouched snow. The fresh snow whispers secrets, concealing the hidden life of Carl Gugasian beneath its serene facade. Each step fades into oblivion, as if the town itself conspires to erase his presence from its winter embrace. The heavy snowfall intensifies, further isolating Radnor Township and deepening the mystery surrounding Carl. The untouched snow lies undisturbed, a silent testament to the secrets buried within the heart of Radnor Township. Carl's footprints vanish, swallowed by the relentless snowfall, leaving no trace of his passage through the winter landscape. The FBI office buzzes with an electric tension, fluorescent lights casting a stark glow on the scene. An agent speaks, his voice a low murmur. He's like a ghost, in and out before we even know it. Maps and timelines, marked with ominous red circles, cover the walls, creating a visual symphony of the unknown. Each circle seems to pulse with a silent threat, a stark reminder of the elusive adversary they chase. The room is thick with unspoken anxieties, each agent grappling with the enigma of their unseen foe. The hum of the lights blends with the hushed tones, creating a surreal soundscape of determined pursuit. In a solitary classroom, young Carl sits alone, bathed in the gentle glow of sunlight. Dust motes dance in the air, illuminated by the sun's rays, as faint echoes of children's laughter drift in from outside. Engrossed, Carl delves into the art of war, his brow furrowed in deep concentration. The sunlight streams through the window, casting long shadows across the empty desks. Outside, the sounds of children playing serve as a backdrop to Carl's focused study. Carl continues to read, his expression a mixture of curiosity and determination. Under the unforgiving sun of Fort Bragg in the 1970s, young Carl immerses himself in the crucible of military training. Each drill, each step, each silent moment is a lesson in mastering the chaos of chance. The drill sergeant's voice cuts through the air, a harsh reminder of the razor's edge between man and beast. Precision, Gugasian. That's what separates you from the animals. Carl steels his resolve, the sergeant's words echoing in his ears, driving him to push beyond his limits. In the heart of a small town, inside a bank frozen in the year 1980, Carl strides purposefully towards the counter. Under the cold, unyielding gaze of bulletproof glass, he slides a note forward. Time, 2 minutes, 31 seconds. The robbery commences with swift, calculated efficiency. Every second ticks with the precision of a clock, marking a heist executed with chilling expertise. Carl relaxes on a sun-drenched North Carolina beach, clean-shaven and at peace. Mystery bandit strikes again, the newspaper declares. A subtle smile plays on Carl's lips as he scans the headline. Carl's lips curl slightly as he thinks to himself. In a flurry of calculated moves, Carl initiates his audacious plan, each action precise and deliberate. Carl's expertise shines as he navigates the maze of security, his presence commanding and unwavering. With each calculated step, Carl's precision defines his every move, leaving no room for error. Carl makes his escape, the meticulous heist, executed with flawless skill, leaving chaos in his wake. The getaway unfolds with the same meticulous planning, each second a testament to Carl's expertise. Carl is kneeling on the cold concrete floor, surrounded by a fortress of stacked boxes. Wigs are carefully combed and arranged, each strand in perfect order. Fake mustaches are aligned with obsessive precision. Maps are rolled tightly and labeled with meticulous care. Bundles of cash are categorized with unwavering, almost unsettling precision. The storage unit transforms into a sanctuary of meticulous planning. In the cold February air, Carl walks purposefully toward the bank, his senses on high alert. Unbeknownst to him, a hunter's camera lies in wait, ready to capture his every move. The mechanical eye of the camera whirs, documenting Carl's approach with cold precision. Carl, unaware of the lens watching him, continues his steady advance towards the bank's entrance. The hunter's camera records the scene, preserving a fateful moment in blurry detail. Weeks later, in the stark fluorescent light of the police station, a local police officer sits hunched, his weary eyes glued to the monitor. He obsessively replays the hunter's footage, each rewind deepening his suspicion. A detail catches his eye: Carl's backpack, a silent piece of the puzzle. A flicker of doubt crosses his face as the officer's gut tells him, something's not right about this guy. The officer leans back, the weight of the case pressing heavily on his shoulders. Inside the bustling FBI headquarters, agents gather, their concentration intense as they focus on multiple monitors. The screens flicker with a grainy image, barely discernible, as the agents initiate facial recognition software. Tension builds as the progress bar slowly crawls forward, each tick a moment of anticipation. A triumphant beep shatters the silence as a window pops up, declaring a 92% match. The revelation hangs in the air. Carl Gugasian. Inside Carl's storage unit, FBI agents burst in, flashlights cutting through the dark. A glint of metal reveals a hidden cache, disguises, weapons, and stacks of cash. The agents exchange knowing glances, the gravity of their discovery sinking in. The storage unit, now a scene of revelation, holds secrets that promise to unravel a complex web. Under the harsh July sun, Carl exits the grocery store, unaware of the impending confrontation. Suddenly, police officers approach Carl. The air crackles with tension as the mundane is disrupted by the stark reality of authority. Carl submits to the arrest. His face is neutral, betraying no emotion as the officers move in. Handcuffed, Carl is escorted away. The ordinary backdrop of the grocery store contrasts sharply with the gravity of the moment. Under the stark glare of a single bulb, Carl sits composed, facing the FBI agents. The silence stretches, heavy with unspoken accusations and simmering tension. Carl breaks the silence with a calm taunt. "You took long enough." The lead agent leans forward, his gaze unwavering as he prepares to confront Carl. The other agent watches intently, ready to react to any sudden movements or shifts in the interrogation. Harsh shadows dance across the room, amplifying the claustrophobic atmosphere as the interrogation begins. In the solemn courtroom, Carl stands, head bowed, as the weight of his actions bears down on him. A hushed buzz fills the courtroom as Carl admits his guilt to 5 counts of robbery. Reporters scramble, their pens racing across notebooks, illuminated by the intrusive flashes of cameras. Onlookers crane their necks, a sea of faces etched with curiosity and judgment. The courtroom holds its breath, awaiting the inevitable pronouncement. Carl remains still, his fate hanging in the balance. Silence descends upon the courtroom as Carl rises, his composure a stark contrast to the gravity of the charges. With measured gestures, Carl begins to speak, his tone more akin to a professor addressing his students than a defendant pleading his case. He explains his actions with a chilling detachment, viewing them not as crimes, but as intricate acts of creation. Carl declares, "I never saw it as theft. I saw it as design like building a machine." Carl commands the prison classroom, a figure of quiet authority amidst the rough setting. Chalk dust dances around his fingers as he etches a complex equation onto the blackboard. He pauses, his gaze sweeping over the sea of faces, each inmate a study in concentration and raw curiosity. The inmates watch Carl intently, their expressions reflecting a mix of respect and eagerness. The equation sprawls across the board, a testament to Carl's intellect and the thirst for knowledge he inspires. The classroom buzzes with an unusual energy, a sanctuary of learning carved out within the prison walls. Carl, aged and weary, emerges from the prison gates, his eyes struggling to adjust to the blinding sunlight. After decades behind bars, he steps into the world, a free man in body, but still chained to his past. He arrives in a small, quiet Pennsylvania town, a place where the air is clean and the past is supposed to stay buried. The town seems peaceful, but secrets linger beneath the surface, threatening to resurface. Unbeknownst to Carl, a parole officer's car trails him, a constant reminder of his past. In this quiet town, Carl seeks a fresh start, but the shadows of his past may prove impossible to escape. Sunlight floods Carl's apartment, illuminating his workspace. Carl sits hunched over a desk, surrounded by a chaos of papers. His fingers dance across the keyboard, lost in his writing. He crafts a memoir, intertwined with a guide to outsmarting criminals. The room is still as Carl is working on his book. Carl continues writing, determined to finish his book. Inside the FBI office, a silent dread fills the air as agents huddle around the table. Carl's book, a grim centerpiece. The open pages of the book seem to scream secrets as they lie exposed. Worried glances cut through the heavy atmosphere, each agent sharing a silent understanding of the danger. One agent breaks the silence, his words sharp and laced with urgency. "It's too instructive. We can't let this get out." The room falls silent once more, the weight of the agent's words hanging heavy in the air, as the agents absorb the gravity of the situation. In a quaint Pennsylvania town, Carl's parole concludes, severing his ties to the system. He walks away, a man disappearing into the anonymity of everyday life. The records of Carl's existence are quietly erased. He blends into the backdrop of ordinary life, a ghost among the living. Carl is no more, his past a forgotten echo in the annals of the town. Beside the tranquil Oregon lake, an elderly man, reminiscent of Carl, finds solace with a fishing rod in hand. The Oregon lake mirrors the sky, its surface undisturbed, as the man casts his fishing line. The fishing rod arcs gracefully, a silent promise of connection with the mysteries beneath the water. He watches the line, a contemplative expression on his face as the world around him fades into a peaceful blur. The Oregon lake reflects both serenity and an unspoken question, inviting speculation. The small town bank hums under fluorescent lights, shadows lengthening as dusk descends. Anna, the lone teller, wearily counts the day's earnings, a growing unease settling in. A strange premonition grips Anna, the unsettling sense of unseen eyes watching her every move. The nearby forest looms, its silence amplifying Anna's sense of isolation and vulnerability. The trees stand as silent observers, their dark forms pressing ever closer to the vulnerable bank. The forest's profound silence deepens the sense of foreboding, hinting at an impending threat. In the dark woods behind the bank, a motion-triggered camera suddenly activates, its lens focusing on an empty, snow-covered trail. The camera blinks to life, capturing the desolate scene. The camera captures an empty trail, undisturbed by any footprints. The silent woods hold their secrets, the snow untouched. The lens records the absence, a stark testament to something unseen. The blinking light fades, leaving only the silent, snowy trail behind the bank. The camera sweeps across the Radnor Township landscape, now cloaked in the serene yet stark beauty of winter. The snow-covered fields and frosted trees hint at the secrets buried beneath, mirroring the enigma of Carl Gugasian. Is he a ghost in the landscape, forever part of its fabric? Or has he vanished without a trace? The mystery of Carl Gugasian endures, as vast and unknowable as the winter landscape itself.